Hello, my name is Dallela, and I've been with Time for Change Foundation for about 7 months. Prior to coming to Time for Change, I was in a desperate and hopeless and homeless state. I lost my mother and lost our home and came to the realization that I had a problem with drinking and drugs because it started to ruin the relationships that I had with my siblings, my children, and with myself. It came to a point where a year ago, almost to the day, I didn't even want to live anymore. I didn't have a desire to move on, and I was in a suicidal state, and I actually attempted suicide by crashing my car into the center divider on the freeway. Walked away from that incident without a scratch, with not a bruise, no blood. And from that point on, I knew that I had to make a change in my life. So being in the hospital helped me understand that I was a very depressed person with anxiety and with trauma, experiencing from relationships and abusive relationships that I was in, that I buried and I tucked down and pretended that I was strong because I wasn't in it anymore, but it was still painful. And it put me on a path of self-discovery, of allowing God to move me, because He saved me that day. Because I should have been dead, because that was my mission, but I had life still. So I wanted to live and not be selfish anymore. And it set me on a path of recovery and sobriety, which I started to understand more and more that I had a problem. And it was out of control. And they released me from the hospital and sent me to a rehab. But when I was ready to leave and come back out in the real world, a lot of the staff there recommended Time for Change, that it was a wonderful organization that helped women and prepare them to get back into life and help rebuild. So I called and I prayed before I came in. They accepted me. I mean, such a strong, supportive system, yet loving and kind. And they're so gracious, and they accepted me and my son just with open arms. So today I am employed and I am in a home that is safe and it's beautiful for me and my children, and it's healthy, and I get to cultivate that healthy environment that I learned over there, with structure, with respect, with boundaries. And I'm just gonna be using all of the tools that I have in my toolbox today to further propel myself in this, giving me a wonderful, stable place to do it, and a healthy foundation. It's the biggest, the most wonderful gift that Time for Change has given me. All the skills and all the love and support. And I realize now that I was sad because prior to that, I didn't have that really in my life. I had family, but I didn't understand, and I didn't know what a healthy support system looked like. So now being able to experience those, I can see it, I value it, and I can create it in my own life to give it to my family and inspire them and anybody that is a part of my life and my journey. And it's really inspired me to go to school so that I can share my story and be a counselor or a case manager or an advocate for women, because I had no idea that the resources were out there for me and how it can help. See, I didn't think a shelter or a rehab can develop a woman like me today. The mother I am today. I am eternally grateful for this new start, for the second chance in life. That day that old me died, and today I am here, alive, and I'm grateful for the life I have today. I'm sober. I'm 10 months, 11 months, almost a year sober. It's almost been a year since that incident happened. God has worked miracles and brought this around full circle. So I think time for change. I thank my higher power, and I thank you for listening.